Your top story at 10, a show of support for a Clinton man killed by a hit-and-run driver. The community remembering the life of Emiliano Barrios. Dozens showed up for a fundraiser today. Good evening, I'm Chris Carter. Thanks for being here. He was killed in late August. His family struggling to pay for his medical and funeral expenses. New tonight, TV6's Spencer Mackey went to an event today, and Spencer, the family is still trying to heal since losing him. All right, Spencer, thank you. And 2 people are in custody in connection to the hit and run. New at 10, this 24-year-old Davenport man is facing charges of intimidation with a dangerous weapon and felon in possession of a firearm. Police say Darvell Bragg fired shots in the 1300 block of East 37th twice Friday night. No one was hit, but a car and a building were struck. Bragg is currently in the Scott County Jail. The West Burlington Hospital emergency room is on lockdown tonight. It has been for nearly 2 weeks. A hospital spokesperson said it comes after several violent crimes in the community. The spokesperson says things like this are not uncommon. Burlington has seen several shooting incidents over the last month. Hospitals do tend to go on lockdown when a victim of violent crime arrives. No word on how long this lockdown will last. New video tonight of a LeClaire house fire. This video from the fire on Country Club Lane was sent to us by a TV6 News viewer. Just take a look at the intense flames. The fire department tells us when they got to the home, they saw this, flames coming from the garage, and that fire was moving towards the living area. We're told that no one was hurt. The cause of the fire is under investigation tonight. Well, it is the end of an era for a Davenport business. After 2 decades freshening things up, Fresh Deli has decided to shut its doors. New tonight, TV6's Queenie Ama talked to the deli owner and has more on the very large legacy that he leaves behind. Queenie, it's such a cool restaurant. If you haven't been in, go check it out tomorrow. Thank you for that story. We do not yet know what is to become of that space, but we do know that Ed will continue to support small businesses and locally grown food. Let's give you a live look over downtown Davenport tonight. It's a chilly evening out there, and we're told that it's really only going to get worse as we enter the start of the work week. But meteorologist Cedric Kane says that tomorrow we might actually get some warmer temperatures. New right now, Drug Take-Back Day was a success. The Dubuque Police Department says it collected 633 pounds of unused medication. Items collected included prescription medication, non-prescription medication, vitamins, herbal supplements, syringes, and other items. Drug Take-Back Day is held across the country. We've not heard how other events did today. New details now. The Mendota Education Association has voted to end a strike. The teachers have been on strike since October 16th, nearly 2 weeks. Students and teachers will return to class on Monday after the union voted to ratify a new agreement this morning. The school board will vote on the contract at its meeting on Tuesday. Students will have to make up the days missed because of the strike. No word on when that will happen. New information now on a Moline High School football player suffering from a heart condition. Decovion Kennedy received a heart transplant just a week after being diagnosed with giant cell myocarditis, a rare heart condition. In a new Facebook post, his family says that he is recovering well, but he has a long recovery ahead of him. The post says they don't know when Covey, as he is known, will be back at school. Geneseo police have some trick-or-treating reminders. They posted them on Facebook. They say if you have received any homemade treats, ask your parents before eating them. You also want to carry a flashlight and wear reflective clothing. Never go into a house or enter a car to get candy or treats. And don't let your cell phone distract you. Trick-or-treating in Geneseo will be on Halloween from 4 to 7. And getting ready for Halloween with a parade. This was what it looked like this afternoon in downtown Davenport. It was cold, but the streets were still packed with kids and families dressed up and ready for Halloween.
I like Halloween, that they hand out candy and the parade is fun.
I like candy too. Our very own Cinderella right here in Davenport. You can find times for trick-or-treating in your city right now on our website or the TV6 News app. Staffing the bus. Coming up at 10, school districts finding new ways to make sure kids are getting to and from school. And right after the break, returning to Syria. We are just getting new information about U.S. troops in the country. The newest mission they're getting just days after withdrawal. We are following some developing international news tonight. U.S. troops re-entered Syria from Iraq, as you see here, headed towards the region where Syria's oil fields are located. The Pentagon said it would send armored vehicles and combat troops into eastern Syria to keep oil from falling into the hands of ISIS. It comes just days after President Trump announced all U.S. military troops would be leaving northeastern Syria. Now U.S. military forces are moving in. U.S. military officials insist that this mission continues to be about ISIS. Also developing tonight, parts of New Orleans still in the dark after the remnants of Tropical Storm Olga moved across the Gulf Coast. At one point, 73,000 people were without power, and that included the airport. Crews are working to get the power back on. In California, 50,000 people in Hillsburg and Windsor, California are being evacuated as firefighters continue to fight the Kincaid fire. The state's utility company announced it is shutting off power to some 94,000 people to prevent further fires from starting. Filling the void, school districts getting creative and hiring bus drivers. Coming up, who could be transporting your children? An encouraging sign of progress on the new I-74 bridge this weekend. There was visible work on the arch being built over the middle of the Mississippi. It's hard to see, but there are workers near the top, and pieces of the arch have been seen being hoisted into the air. The DOT says flooding and other weather issues have slowed some of their work. The safety of your children is a big concern when you put them on the school bus. But in certain communities, qualified drivers are hard to find. That's why some districts are actually turning to teachers. Driver shortages have spread across the country. Schools in Michigan, Maine, and Florida canceled classes this past year as a result. Districts near the nation's capital and Missouri are also recruiting teachers to drive. Teachers receive intensive training en route to a commercial driver's license and can make an additional $18,000 a year. Critics have expressed worry about overworked teachers driving tired.
No, it's really not a last resort. I just wish we had thought about it years ago, because what better candidate could you have to drive a bus than a professional educator?
Forbes Business reported earlier this year all 50 states have reported bus driver shortages, and they attribute it to pay.